Welcome to Amplify. I'm really excited to be hosting this workshop with you guys today. This is the same workshop that I ran in the tapping circle, I think maybe like a month ago. So I'm really excited to bring it to all of you. And I feel like, you know, when the universe has been like, you get that like nudge for a really long time. I feel like the universe has been like nudging me for a really long time to just host this workshop. And I feel like, and I don't know exactly why, I feel like there's someone out there needs whatever's going to go on here today, because I feel like otherwise the universe wouldn't be like nudging me so much to do this. So I am so happy to be hosting this for you today. This is your space. This isn't for me. This is for you. And the reason this came about was specifically, I noticed that I have a problem bias for most of my life, where I'm also always focusing on the problems and thinking like, okay, how can I fix this? I noticed this, the first time it really stood out to me was when I was working as a teacher, and I realized that what I would do was, with really good intentions, point out all my students' mistakes. Thinking that I was really helping them to step into their best selves, because I was like, look, here's the error, this is what you can correct, this is what you can correct. And I looked at them and I realized they were getting a bit demotivated, because what I was doing was pointing out their mistakes, right? Rather than pointing out, you know, I wasn't spending as much time on the stuff that was going well, because I thought, well, oh, if that's fine, they know what they're doing, why do I need to go over that? You know, they need help with what they don't know. And really, so many of us have this because of the world that we live in, and so many of us have this as well. When we start doing a lot of healing work and we do a lot of coaching, we're like, where's my block? Where's this problem? Like, we're always like focusing, like, where's the thing that's stopping me getting from where I am? How do I get over it? How do I fix it? And often we can overlook all of the good stuff that we are doing that we can just amplify. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I think we're always thinking like there's something, you know, there's like a carrot that's being held just in front of us. If we could just find out our block, we would finally get there, which is total BS. So this is really about kind of breaking it down to what is working, how we can start amplifying what is working, and leaning into what we're already doing. So fabulous. Okay, so the way we're going to go about doing this, we're going to do a little bit of a meditation. Then we're going to do some journaling, we're going to do some tapping, and we're going to go into our timelines, our future timelines, and drop into those feelings. So I'm really excited to do this. This is exactly what we do every single week in the tapping circle, or well, 3 times a month, and then once a month we have like a drop-in session or like a guest coming in. So if you're interested in that, let me know. At the moment there's a special discount, so instead of $75 per month, it's $65 per month, and there's no like minimum subscription. You're allowed to just come and join whenever you want. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is get into the meditation. Please sit down, get comfortable, you know, whatever you need to do to get into that space. I'm going to have a sip of my water. I hope you've all got loads of water as well. So just start taking some really deep breaths, breathing in and letting it all go. And as you breathe, I want you to send that air deep through all of your body, deep into the ground. Deep breath in and let it go. And another really deep breath in and let it all go. And begin to scan your body and notice if there's anywhere where you're holding on to any tension. Notice perhaps around the jaw, the shoulders. And if you are, just set the intention with the next inhale to send oxygen to that part of your body and let it go. Just keep scanning through, and anywhere where you're holding any tension, anywhere where you're just sort of not letting yourself let go, send oxygen to that part of your body and take a deep breath and release. And now I want you just to see roots growing from the base of your feet, from the base of your body, from the opening of your body. See roots growing deep into the ground, past all the different layers of the minerals, the crystals, all the different stuff that's down there, until those roots reach the center, the core, the hot core of the earth. And as they get there, take a deep breath. And I want you to begin to see in a second, however you see the core of the earth. Some people see it as like a bright orange molten lava. Some people see it as golden. It doesn't matter. Whatever you see, Some people see it as an aquamarine light as well, so it's all valid. Whatever you see, I want you just to see that energy coming back up through your roots, through all the different layers of the earth, past the minerals, past the crystals, back into the earth right beneath your house, into the soles of your feet, into your body, and take a deep breath and let it all go. Beautiful. And now we're just going to give back to Mother Gaia. We're just going to give back to Mother Earth anything that we don't need right now, anything that is not in our highest good, anything that is not serving us. We're just going to give it back to be recycled. So starting at the top of your head, just see it like kind of like a coffee plunger going through, recycling any stagnant energy, anything that you don't need today through your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your waist, hips, thighs, knees, legs, feet, toes. Just see it all going back into the earth, and take a deep breath. Let it all go. Beautiful. Excellent. And now I want you to see a pillar of light starting at the base of your body, at the root chakra, and see it going up through your spine, through all your different chakras. And you might want to just sit up a little bit straighter if you feel the inclination to. Just see it going up through your spine, or through all of your chakras until you get to the roof of your head, through the roof of your head, into the sky, past the roof of your house, past your solar system, past our atmosphere, high into the sky, until we reach infinite loving source energy. And when you get there, take a deep breath, let it go, and just see that white light or golden light or pearlescent light or whatever resonates with you. See that going high into the sky, and see it connecting. So you are connected at the root, and you are connected to divine source energy, and just set the intention to invite that energy back into your body. So invite that energy back down through all the into our universe, into our solar system, into our atmosphere, into your home, into the roof of your head, into your body. Take a deep breath, let it all go. Beautiful. And now I want you to expand that energy. I want you to see that energy as whatever color you're seeing, and see it just radiating a meter outside of your body, and see it just getting bigger and bigger and expanding, because you are a powerful being and you're just channeling this energy. Anyone can do this. You just have to have the intention in the heart, right? So just see this energy expanding further and further, this loving, healing energy. See it getting bigger than your the room of your home, bigger than your home, expanding through your neighborhood, your whole city or area, getting bigger and bigger. See it on the map of, if you could see a globe and you could see the map, see it covering the entire country that you're in. See it getting bigger until you see it expanding for the entire world. And now just take a second, take a really deep breath, and let it go. And we're just going to do a little exercise right now to see how grounded you are before we move into the next part, right? Because we always want to expand further up, and like we're talking about like reaching higher, but we actually have to root down in order to be able to do that. So I want you now to come back to the center of your mind and just see a door there that says grounding door, and reach out your hand. And when you're ready, put your hand on that door and just open the door. And as you look in, look around and notice what you see. And I want you just to notice a tree in the middle that's called your grounding tree. Everyone's tree looks different. No right or wrong here. And if you happen to notice that there are other people in this room, for some people there might be, just ask these people to leave. Open the door, ask these people to leave. And when the last person is done, you shut the door behind you. So you are in your grounding room by yourself with this tree, with your tree. And just look around and notice what you see. Everyone's room is different. And I want you just to take a step towards the tree and a deep breath. Let it go. Beautiful. And in a minute, you're going to reach out and you're going to touch the tree, or you're going to hug the tree, whatever you feel, whatever resonates with you right now. And as you touch the tree, I want you to notice there is a dial on the tree from 0 to 100. And on that dial, in a second, it's going to tell you how grounded you are. And I want you just to touch the tree, hug the tree, and ask the tree, how grounded am I on a scale of 0 to 100? And just notice where that dial goes. There's no right or wrong here. Just notice where it goes. Perhaps it's at 30, perhaps it's at 65. It doesn't really matter. Just pay attention and notice. And when you've got a number, I want you just to push that dial all the way down to 100. And just notice as you get a little bit heavier in your body. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Just thank that tree. Just thank that tree for being present with you today. Just thank it for the guidance, the information, the willingness to support you. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to come back together. So deep breath in. Let it all go. Another deep breath in. And release. And one more deep breath. And let it all go. Come back to the room. Wonderful. So now that we've got ourselves grounded and our mind's a little bit clearer, I want you to grab your notebook, grab your journal, and grab your pen. And the first thing you're going to do, without overthinking this, is I want you just to come up with a few different categories for your life. Everyone sees it differently. There's literally no right or wrong way. So, for example, health might be one, career might be one, romantic relationships. It doesn't really matter. It's however you, in your mind, you divide up your life, okay? Because at the end of the day, every single thing is connected and everything is interrelated. And when you work in one area, it sends a ripple in the other. But just to clarify things for the sake of like having an exercise, it can be a bit overwhelming to focus on everything. So just divide your life up in whatever way makes sense to you. For example, you know, like business, family, money, health, whatever it is for you, fun, leisure, okay? I want you to come up with a few different categories for yourself. And now, without overthinking it again, I want you to just jot down, right? Jot down what is working in each one of these areas. That could be habits that you're doing that are working. This can be like boundaries that you've set. This can be things like, oh, okay, you know, I've got a gym membership, therefore I'm going to the gym regularly. You know, it really doesn't matter. Just whatever's going on in these different areas, just jot down a couple of things that are working for you in each one of these areas. Habits, people, places, things that are working for you, things that are supporting you in these areas of your life, okay? So I'm going to give you a minute to just jot that down. You can just give me like a thumbs up or something when you're done. Feel free to write in the chat box. And this is exactly what we do in the tapping circle, right? This is what we do every week because we all need support. And when you've got someone just sort of helping you and you've got that space with other female entrepreneurs, it makes it a lot easier because most of us have that thing, right? Where we don't take as much action as we could be. And really, when you get out of your head and you get into your body, which is all these practices that we're doing as somatic body-based practices, you can go out there and start taking the aligned action. And when you do that, it creates that ripple effect, not just in your own life, but in that of everyone around you and of the entire universe, right? Because, you know, we're all connected. And when you start living in alignment and start living true to your own values, that has such an incredible knock-on effect. That's the part that always kind of surprises me about this work and makes me so happy when, you know, people that I haven't spoken to in years, like, they're like, oh, you know, you inspired me to do this, or I read one post and now I'm doing this. And I'm like, you know, we don't even realize what an impact we have on people's lives the same way we don't realize what an impact we have sometimes. You know, I used to be one of those people that was really rude on the customer service line. Like I would call up the bank and I would get really angry and I would be really rude. And it's like, I reflected on that a lot. I feel really embarrassed and guilty about it now, but I reflected on that a lot. And it's like, when you do that, you know, you're having a negative impact in someone else's day. I might put the phone down and be a bitch on the phone and put the phone down and I was angry and I reacted. but you know, that's impacting someone else's day. And the negative ripple, you can also have the positive, right? So I'm assuming you've noted down a few different things in each area of your life. And now, without overthinking it, you can do this. Some people like to muscle test, some people just tune into their body, some people just whatever. I don't want you to overthink it. I want you just to choose one area that you're feeling drawn to today. One area that you're feeling drawn to today. And I say drawn to because often we try and do this logically and we're like, okay, I don't know, like, I need more money, so I'm going to focus on money. Or, you know, like, I have this very specific health issue, so I should be focusing on health. But if you can tune into whatever you're feeling drawn to today, even though it might not make logical sense, that's where we're going to start tuning into the body. Okay, so I really encourage you just to, whatever area of your life you're feeling drawn to right here, right now, today, as you're listening to this, focus on that area. Okay, and I'm going to ask you to journal on the following question. Okay. If I were to amplify this area of my life, what would that look like? If I were to amplify it beyond what I think is possible, what would that look like? Okay. And I want you to journal for a couple of minutes on that. What would it look like to amplify this area of my life? To really, really go all in. What would going all in look like for me? Don't overthink it. Just journal that out. Just write that out. While you're writing that out, something that I've noticed that comes up a lot, and this has come up a lot with my clients, especially in the tapping circle recently, we sometimes think that it's bad to accept where we are, because if we accept where we are, we're not motivating ourselves to really change, right? And it's like, I shouldn't accept this. I should want more for myself because I'm capable of more. But really, it's in that acceptance of, oh, this is where I am. Okay. That we're able to see things clearer, and we start cultivating that love for ourselves that really helps us, rather than that tough love that, like, okay, you're not good enough, you need to work harder, that we think will motivate us to take action, but actually doesn't, not in a sustainable way anyway. So, okay, excellent. So, yeah. So journaling on this, what would it look like to amplify my life in this area? If I went all in, what would that look like for me? Okay. And then once you've done that, underneath, the next thing we're going to journal, the next point is, I don't want this because, and then finish the sentence. Why don't you want this? Or, you know, depending on what you've written, I don't want this for myself because ... And everything that comes up now is going to be total BS, but we need it to come out so we know what we're dealing with. I don't want this because ... Finish that sentence. I want you to journal and just see what comes up. Again, don't overthink this. Don't try and be logical. Don't be like, oh, well, I should be grateful because this area of my life is good, and blah, blah, blah. Just, we don't really care what the truth is. We just care about the truth of what you're feeling, right? We don't care about the objective truth of this. Good. So I'll give you a second to write that out. I don't want this because, see what comes up. And it should show now some fears we have, some resistance, some of what, you know, the BS our mind is telling us, that, oh, we wouldn't be able to handle this, or, you know, I would lose out on time with my family, or it would be too stressful, or, right, whatever it is that is coming up. See what comes up for you. Good. And then when you've done that, you can let me, I'm assuming you've done that. Please let me know if you haven't. Carry on. Yeah, sorry, I'm recording this on my phone. Sometimes it doesn't, can't see the messages. Okay, excellent. So now you've done that, I want you to just tap into your body, and that part, that kind of fear, that kind of voice that's like, oh no, it can't happen for you, it's too much, blah, 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 blah. I want you just to notice where you're feeling that in your body. Notice if it's in your heart, in your solar plexus, in your head, in your throat. Just notice wherever you're feeling that. And just notice if it has kind of any color or shape or texture or anything like that. Take a deep breath. And on a scale of 0 to 10, as you're feeling it right now today, I want you to give it a number of intensity from 0 to 10. And when you've connected with it and you've got that number, I want you just to jot that number down next to wherever you did the journaling. And now we're going to start doing, now we're going to start going into the tapping portion, okay? So we're going to look at moving down that number, and then we're going to look at dropping into the future, which is really exciting, okay? So have a sip of water and just tap after me. I'm scared to amplify my life. I'm not sure that I'm ready. I'm not even sure exactly what it would look like. And I'm really not sure that I can handle it. And I'm not sure that I even deserve it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just getting by where I am. Like I'm only just getting my footing. Like I'm only just making it every month. And like I'm not even successful at the level that I am. So how can I amplify it? How can I get further? And the other part of me thinks it's total BS. I can see exactly what it would look like. I mean, I literally just wrote it down. But it seems a bit too big for me. A bit too ambitious. And I worry that it might be too overwhelming for me. That I'm not good enough for it. That I will be judged. That I won't be able to maintain it long term. But I'm willing to observe all of these fears. I'm willing to hold the space for them. Just like I'm willing to hold the space for all the good stuff. Because the truth is, when we amplify our lives, when we reach new levels, it opens up new fears. It opens up wounds. And sometimes that's really scary. And sometimes I think it's just going to be too much for me to handle. I'd rather stay in my comfort zone. I'd rather keep playing small. But at the same time, that frustrates me. Because there's another part of me that knows I'm capable of more. Of so much more. And sometimes it feels like a tug of war between wanting to embody what I'm truly capable of, but also staying where I'm truly comfortable. So instead of fighting these feelings, I'm just going to accept them. I'm just going to hold the space for them. And I'm not going to try and push them away. Because as soon as I push them away, more will come back in their place. I'm done with that. If it's time for them to go, I'm open to that. I'm willing and open to letting them go. But I know I can handle this. Because it's just the same. It just looks a little bit different. But the feelings are exactly the same. So if I can hold the space for them now, I can hold the space for whatever amplification means to me. I can hold the space for the duality. Because nothing's 100% beautiful or 100% ugly. Everything has light and dark in it. And I can handle it. Because I've already come this far. So I welcome you here. I accept that as I grow and expand, other shit is going to come up. And I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to be scared of it. I'm not going to obsess about fixing it either. I'm going to observe it. I'm going to allow it to be there. I'm going to trust it's here for my highest good. And I'm going to listen to the wisdom that comes through it. Because I know I can handle it all. I can handle massive success. And I can handle the fears that come with it. So I'm ready. I'm ready, universe. Whatever amplification means to me, I'm willing and open to receive it. And so it is. So put your hands on your heart and take a deep breath in. Let it all go. Another deep breath. And release. And one more deep breath in. And letting it all go. Beautiful. Open your eyes. Come back to the room. Maybe have a sip of water. Notice as well where you are now, wherever you were feeling that before. Notice the number you were before. Notice the number you are now. If you feel comfortable sharing that with me, share that. Wonderful. Good. Good, good, good. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the future, and I'm really excited about this. We're going to go into the future in your timeline, and we're going to drop in to the amplified version of you, and we're going to see it, and we're going to connect with the feelings and the sensations of that reality, of that timeline. Okay. Good. So I'm going to invite you just to drink some water, please. If you haven't already, drink some water, and get comfortable and just shut your eyes. And I want you now just to see yourself where you're sitting. Just in a minute, your body is going to rise. I'm going to set the intention for you to rise up out of your body and look at your timeline. Okay. So I want you just to come up, get comfortable, come up out of your body, high up into the sky until you can see your life down below you as one line, as a line down below. You're really, really high up. And I want you to turn towards your path and fly all the way to the end until you get to the end of the past, so the beginning of your life. And when you get there, turn back around and fly all the way to the end of your life. Wonderful. Then turn all the way back to towards the past and fly all the way to the present moment. And just stay there now. It was just a little practice to go along your timeline just to get a feel for it. And I want you now just to look towards your future and ask your subconscious mind, please show me that future version of me who has amplified her life. And just ask your subconscious mind to show you like a torch lighting up, right, along your timeline, lit up like a spotlight. And when you see that spotlight lit up, you're going to fly all the way along until you get there, and you're just hovering on top of it. And you're not going to go in yet. And I want you just to set the intention that you are going to see and observe whatever you need to see today. Whatever you see today is perfect. And it is the option that your subconscious mind is giving you today. So I want you just to now get a little bit closer and drop yourself in to that scene. And just notice what people are in it. Is there other people? Are there other people? Just notice any colors. Are you in a room? Are you outside? And what do you feel? Is it a feeling of spaciousness? Is it a feeling of freedom? What is that feeling? What is that sensation that you get? Is it peace? Just see if you can amplify that feeling right now and just really tune into it. Notice if there are any smells, are there any scents that you can pick up in this scene? Deep breath. Is there anything you can touch? Physically touch? Is there anything you can touch in this scene? Deep breath. What can you hear? What sounds can you hear? See if you can turn them up a little bit. Make the colors a bit brighter, the sounds a bit louder. Can you amplify it right now? Really tune into the feeling. Whether you're seeing a lot or you're not seeing a lot, really just tune into that feeling. What's that sensation? And just notice that you have created this. Through your aligned thoughts and actions, you have created this. By being true to yourself, you have created this reality. And the fact that your subconscious is showing this to you right now, it's for a reason. It's because the universe wants this for you as much as you want it for yourself. It's to show you what is possible for you to create. And I want you just to set the intention of gratitude right now for having this opportunity. Just like, thank you for showing this to me. And when you're ready, I want you to come back up out of that scene, high up into the sky. So we're hovering above your timeline. And I want you to turn towards the past so you can see the present moment and fly all the way along to the present moment. And then you're going to drop into your body. And as you drop into your body, I want you just to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and stretch a little bit, whatever you need to do. Have a sip of water and come back to the room. Good. Now, without overthinking it, I want you to grab your journal and just journal anything that came up for you, anything that you found important. In a minute, we'll put it together, just any notes of like whatever you saw, anything basically that feels right to jot down right now, just jot it all down. And so while you're jotting that down, in a minute, what we're going to do is create a plan of action, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the aligned thoughts, beliefs, the feelings connected to the actions that really create that change, right? We need all of it together to create that ripple effect, right? And that's exactly what we're doing in the tapping circle. So if you've been enjoying this workshop, I really want to encourage you to sign up, send me a message. Then, oh yeah, there's a special offer at the moment. I'll put the link down below wherever you're seeing this. You could sign up at the moment for $65 instead of $75, and that there's, I think, I can't remember how many days left on there, but if you click on the link, you can see how many days and hours and etc. are left on that deal. But yeah, so once you've written that all down, I want you then now to start creating an action plan. So it's, what do I need to do in this area of my life, right, to get to where I saw? What do I need to start doing right now? What do I need to start working towards, right? Because you might have had something that was a bit of a bigger thing and you need to start taking certain actions to get there. What are the small actions? What are the things you can start doing today, tomorrow, right now, right? Because if you were, whatever you were saw, whatever you've been shown, don't waste it, right? I don't want you just to leave this masterclass and be like, oh, that was nice, that was fun, but okay, I would just like jot this down in my notebook and then leave it and then never look at it and forget about it, right? Because that's a waste of your time and that's a waste of your energy. Anything that you've seen here is a gift for you to take action on. And if you've got, and if you're scared, right, and if things are coming up, that's totally normal. You can go back to this tapping, like, I can help you, reach out. That's what we're here for. That's the point. It's never going to get to that point where it's completely 100% seamless and you're never getting scared and you're never feeling anything and you're just happy all the time. It's just, how do you move through it and accept that duality and lean into it? Because the feelings don't change, the environment changes, right? But we all have the same feelings. It just comes up in different aspects and different ways. And it's those of us that are able to see the shadows, integrate them, are the ones that win, not the ones that block out the feelings, right? Doesn't really get us where we want to go. Okay. So the one way you can do this is, what can I do in the next 24 hours? What can I do in the next week? And what can I do in the next month to move me forward? Try not to overthink this again. Let these action steps just come from you. Like, you intuitively know what you need to do. It's just that when someone else helps us, it comes up to us a lot clearer. Like, I literally work with people myself. Like, I hire coaches that take me through similar things to help me get my answers, because it's always easier when someone else is guiding you through and asking the right questions that you need to be asked at that time to get to the knowledge that you need to get, right? Because the answers are always inside us, they're never externally. It's just that the right questions help us get there faster and a bit clearer and better and all of that kind of stuff, right? So fabulous. I would love it if you feel comfortable to share. Okay, you don't have to do it right here, but maybe on the Facebook group, or you can send me a DM, whatever. Share what your plan of action is. Share those action steps with me so I can help you stay accountable, right? Because if they stay in your notebook, it's like, oh, I can just ignore it. But if you send me a message, right, you've got someone else that knows what you're doing. So if you can share them publicly, like in my Facebook group, or send me a message or something so we can help keep you accountable, right? Then I would really, really love that. And I think it'd be fantastic. So I thank you so much for being part of this workshop. I hope you got exactly what you needed to get from here. I'll put the links down below to join the tapping circle. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care. Oops, stop the recording there.